So this will be a 1,500 point battle of Tyranids versus Tyranids. Facing off, we've got 2 units of 10 Hive Guard, 2 sets of Trigons, a Tervigon with a Venom Thrope, a Hive Tyrant with a Twin Link Devourer, with a Tyrant Guard, right?
Yep.
Yep. A unit of 5 Raveners, a unit of Gene Stealers with a Broodlord, a unit of regular Termagants. And then over here, my horribly proxied army, I've got a Trigon Prime, a Chthonian standing in as the Doom of Malantai. He'll come in by pod. Swarm Lord, a unit of Gene Stealers with a Broodlord, Tervigon, 3 Hive Guard, and then a unit of 20 Devil Gaunts. Go ahead and roll for the scenario and stuff.
Sure. Scenario. Pitched battle.
Okay.
With 5 objectives, and the deployment, Dawn of War.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Here's our battlefield. A few hills, a few trees, building over there. Not much to say about it. Store terrain. Okay, so this is the setup. Green bugs will have initiative. We've got 4 objectives for our Dawn of War scenario in the center here, and a 5th one over in this tower. Okay, blue tries to steal initiative. Oh! It can happen. So, having stolen the initiative, the bugs slowly move up. We put Feel No Pain on over here, and now we get to shooting. Okay, so into shooting phase, we put 1 wound onto the Hive Tyrant from the Hive Guard, and then just an amazingly slow rolling runs. So yeah, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5. So at the end of Green Tyranid turn 1, his troops also did not feel like running in, so we have a lot of guys who don't really seem to want to fight. Otherwise, his troops backed up, and he put Feel No Pain onto the Hive Tyrant. So at the beginning of Tyranid turn 2, the Tervigon spawned 5 Termagants for a total of 11 this game, and is done. And then the Doom dropped right where it needed to. Okay, so end of Tyranid movement. They all have just kind of moved up in a giant cluster of bugs. Feel No Pain went to the Gene Stealers, and then we come on to the Doom. Okay, so the Doom went off. He killed a couple of Hive Guard, 1 out of each unit. Lots of things got cover saves out of this. However, his big monstrous creatures took it pretty hard. The Tervigon took 4 wounds, and the Trigon took 3 wounds. The Hive Tyrant came out all right. Okay, so end of Tyranid shooting. A lot of things ran up with a little more enthusiasm than last time. The Hive Tyrant got 1 more wound on it. The Tervigon managed to resist all of the hits from the pod, and the Doom did not get his psychic off because he's sitting in the middle of, let's just say a bunch of shadows in the warp. So let's see how he does when surrounded, or if everything just tries to get away. Okay, so at the end of Tyranid movement, Green Tyranid movement, everything scattered away from the Doom of Malantai, and now he's running some Termagants up. So at the end of Green Tyranid shooting, the Doom of Malantai was taken out by 1 Hive Guard. The other guy, the Tervigon, shot into here and killed a very few Gene Stealers and Termagants. And that's really about it. On to Tyranid turn 3. End of Tyranid movement, the Gene Stealers, all that front line just stayed where they were. These guys moved up a little bit. He came over, and he's cast Feel No Pain. I just put the marker by.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it can fail, but...
Yeah.
And then let's see. These guys all moved up just to take some shots at that tyrant. And that's about it. On to shooting. Okay, so the units shot at these termagants did very little damage, killed a few of them, and then they shot at the tyrant and put another wound on him and his guard. These got 45 shots and failed to score a wound. I mean, didn't even actually roll one. And that's about it. So, charges. Okay, end of Tyranid movement turn 3, green Tyranid movement turn 3. Everything just kind of advanced forward along the line here. He spawned 13 termagants, and they have to come up a little bit on the flank. And the gene stealers are still hanging out in this building. Okay, so at the end of Green Tyranid shooting and the beginning of assault phase, these guys, they did a very few wounds to the units. The Hive Tyrant did recover a wound back with Leech Essence, and these guys lost a few, and fortunately they're just out of charge range. And so this is kind of an important combat. Okay. So we just sort of picked up the termagants fighting the Raveners. That seemed a little unsporting. And then the Gene Stealers rolled horribly. They did manage to win the combat and did inflict 3 extra wounds on the Trygon in the morale phase. These guys were out of range of Synapse, and so they're running. So end of Tyranid movement turn 4. These guys moved up a little bit more. The Trygon is making a play for it. And the Hive Tyrant is about to get shot at. Okay, so end of Tyranid shooting. The Hive Tyrant moved up, probably is not going to get into combat, but we'll see. Everything sort of shot at the Hive Tyrant and managed to inflict 1 wound. He saved like a fiend. And then over here, the Hive Guard just took it to the Raveners pretty badly. Okay, so my Broodlord did manage to get off an insta-kill with his implant attack on the Trygon, and then everything else was out of range. This guy was literally like a 1/16 of an inch away. End of Green Tyranid movement. He spawned another huge group and can still spawn. I probably should have targeted it more. And then these guys moved up a little bit.
Hive Tyrant.
The Hive Tyrant moved up.
In there.
Okay, so the Ravener moved up, made an assault here. Shooting killed a fair number of Gene Stealers. The Trygon shot this Trygon and scored 2 wounds and is now charged. And then the Hive Tyrant charged into the Devil Gaunts. So the Trygon killed my Trygon before he could strike back. And over here, the Hive Tyrant killed a bunch of Gaunts. So end of Tyranid shooting 5. They managed to put 1 wound on him, nothing onto the Tervigon and back. And this guy has paroxysm on him. So the Hive Tyrant took 1 more wound and killed a few more Gaunts. And the Swarm Lord killed a Trygon. So they charged the Broodlord. They had wiped out his squad and shooting. He manages to drive 1 unit away, killing 4, and takes a wound out of it. The smaller unit is still there in combat with him. So the Hive Tyrant kills all but 1, of course. He makes us feel no pain. And that's it. We roll this the end of the game, and he has 3 objectives, and I have 1 with 1 contested. Good game.
Yeah.